where they have achieved that distinction. And his emphasis on the youth of this country, you people sitting over here, you represent that youth, and of course the youth all over the country, and such a large population of youth, 67 crores, is a big achievement for this country to mobilize and to be able to come to that stature which Dr. Majumdar hints as being the third most developed country in the world. Let's hope that you people will join hands with your counterparts in other educational institutions, and thereafter when you enter the field of life, to be able to mobilize your energies to make India as the third most developed country in the world. It has been for us a remarkable change to have Dr. Majumdar today as the main speaker of today's program. We couldn't have found a better speaker to speak in commemoration of the memory of late Mr. B.G. Deshmukh, who was not only a doyen of administration, he was associated with Symbiosis and so many other institutions in and around this country. And I think a person like Dr. Majumdar speaking today is one of the biggest tributes that we can pay to Mr. B.G. Deshmukh. I will start with a story. There was a wise woman who was trekking around and walking in hilly areas and wading the streams flowing over there. She came across a stone in that river. It was a very precious stone. It showed to her that nothing could be more shining than that stone. She couldn't evaluate that stone, but she knew that it was one of the most precious stones that she had been able to lay her hands on. Thereafter, as she walked away carrying that stone, and the stone was in her purse, she met another traveler and came to know that he was hungry, and he had been walking around for quite some time, and he very badly needed some food. So she opened her purse, and as she opened her purse, this gentleman, the other traveler, noticed that precious stone over there. वो खाना भूल गया. उसने कहा कि ये आपको कहाँ से मिला? She told him, आप ये stone मुझे दे सकते हो? And believe me, without any hesitation, this lady handed over the stone to him. वो वहाँ से खुशी चला गया कि उसको सारी जिंदगी की सिक्योरिटी मिल गई और उसको कहीं से कुछ पैसे देने की जरूरत नहीं. That stone will make up for it. But a few days later, he came back to her. And returned the stone. She was quite surprised. क्या हुआ? What has happened? He says, मैं आज आपसे इससे भी ज्यादा कीमती तोहफा मांगने के लिए आया हूं. आपने बिना किसी झिझक के ये स्टोन मुझे उसी वक्त पकड़ा दिया था और मैं ये लेकर चला गया. आपके अंदर कुछ तो है कि आपके मन में ये ख्याल आया कि स्टोन क्या चीज है. मैंने मांगा आपसे और आपने मुझे दे दिया. कुछ तो आपके अंदर है जिसकी वजह से आपने बिना झिझक वो स्टोन मुझे दे दिया. I want to come and have that precious element of your personality. कि कैसे आदमी डिटैच्ड हो सकता है, कैसे आदमी बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ों से चकाचौंध नहीं होता और उनको दूसरों को बांट देता है। मैं आपसे आज वो क्वालिटी मांगने के लिए आया। When you talk of quality of the human being, of the person, the person in the story, I think our attention immediately goes to Dr. Majumdar. I have seen him struggling in the earlier years of the establishment of Symbiosis, and now that there are more than 50 institutions under his umbrella, under the Symbiosis umbrella, which they are nurturing. But the detachment with which he lives a very simple life and high stature life is something which we have to emulate. I read in an alumni magazine of IIM Ahmedabad recently. This was the speech by Mr. Srikant Datar, who is a graduate from IIM Ahmedabad and who is also currently Arthur Lois Dickinson Professor and Senior Associate Dean at Harvard Business School and Faculty Chain of Harvard Innovation Labs. And he's on the board of governors of IIM Ahmedabad. In the absence of Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla, he came and delivered the address over there at the time of convocation. And he said, education and learning are the best gifts one can receive and give. You need to recognize this gift and demonstrate that you value it. Education builds not just the capacity to earn, but the capacity to remain relevant in an ever-changing world. This law school prepares you for a degree, but most importantly, some valuable learning also. Symbiosis tag has a brand value. Dr. Saab is free of worry. He gets innumerable calls for people seeking admission over here. And if he can be receiving such calls, imagine I have been receiving so many calls. तो मेरी कॉल्स के कितना टाइम्स ज़्यादा कॉल्स डॉक्टर मजुमदार फेस करते होंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने सबका एक इलाज निकाला। कोई रिजर्वेशन इनके यहाँ है ही नहीं, कोई भी बोर्ड की तरफ से, मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से कोई सीट रखी हुई नहीं है। They have relinquished all, and it is here only that meritocracy survives. What Dr. Majumdar has advocated in today's lecture has been very proudly demonstrated in the very actions of this institution. मुझे याद है एक मेरे फ्रेंड ने बोला कि मेरी बेटी सिम्बायोसिस से MBA करना चाहती है। ही इज इन गुड़गांव। मैंने डॉक्टर साहब को बोला कि ऐसे ऐसे मेरे दोस्त की बेटी यहाँ पे आना चाहती है। उन्होंने कहा कि आप मुझे बताओ कि उसने एग्ज़ाम दे दिया कि एडमिशन का। मैंने कहा मुझे पता नहीं, मैं पता करूँगा। पता किया तो उसने एग्ज़ाम अभी देना था, तो थोड़े दिनों में उसका एग्ज़ाम हो गया। एंड शी क्वालिफाइड ऑन मेरिट। So she came here, spent 2 years with Symbiosis Business School, and thereafter she went back and she was taken by LG, and now she is working in Gurgaon itself. So this is one. Another time, another gentleman from Bangalore spoke to me about his son's education, admission. डॉक्टर साहब ने बड़े प्यार से हमें बुलाया, अपने कमरे में चाय पिलाई और ये बताया कि हमने तो मैनेजमेंट का कोटा रिलिंक्विश कर दिया। इससे बड़ी क्या चीज़ हो सकती है? किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूशन के स्टेचर को बढ़ाने के लिए इससे बड़ा क्या कदम हो सकता है? So I am very proud of the fact that we have amongst the institutions in this country as the only institution which thrives on meritocracy. अब कुछ जिंदगी के लेसन्स के बारे में बात करते हैं। एक ग्रुप ऑफ वेल प्लेस्ड alumni went to call on their old professor. For offering his guests some coffee, he went to the kitchen and brought an assortment of cups and came and kept them on the table. Cups which were of porcelain, plastic, glass, crystal, plain and inexpensive, and some expensive, telling them to help themselves. All nice looking cups were taken up by all of them, and only the plain ones were left behind. And the professor said, I have seen how you have selected your cups. But that is the source of your problems and stress. All you wanted was coffee, but you went for cups. Life is like coffee. Jobs, money, position are the cup. They are just tools to hold and contain life. But quality of life doesn't change. By concentrating on cups, you fail to enjoy the coffee. Don't let the cup drive you. Enjoy the coffee instead. And that is the essence of life. I would also like to share something which Dr. Majumdar has not touched upon. But all of you sitting over here who are going to have degrees from here will need in life. Chief Justice John Roberts sent a message at his son's graduation. It's a beautifully written paragraph, and I like to read it to you. He said, people will wish you luck and good wishes. I will not do that. From time to time, I hope you will be treated unfairly so that you will come to know the value of justice. Law school deals with justice. That's why I thought it must be mentioned over here. I hope you will suffer betrayal that will teach you the value of loyalty. I hope you will be lonely at times so that you don't take friends for granted. I wish you bad luck again from time to time so that you will be conscious of the role of chance in life and understand your success is not completely deserved and that failure of others is not deserved either. And when you lose, you will, from time to time, I hope every now and then, your opponent will gloat over your failure it is a way for you to understand the importance of sportsmanship. I hope you will be ignored, so you will know the importance of listening to others, and I hope you will have just enough pain to learn compassion. Whether I wish these things or not, they are going to happen. And whether you benefit from them or not will depend upon your ability to see the message in your mistakes. That was the quotation I read out to you. And how relevant it is for you to realize. I need to mention one thing. Today, Mr. B.G. Deshmukh's niece, Pranalini, is sitting here with her husband. They have specially come at our invitation. Please give a hand to them. I'd like to end today by reciting, if you permit me, invocation to Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of learning, which is a poem written by Suryakant Tripathi Nirala, and I learnt it about 45 years back. It is quite possible that I may forget something out of that, but with your permission, I like to recite it. Varde, Varde, Veena, Vadini, Varde. प्रिय स्वतंत्र रव अमृत मंत्र नव भारत में भर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे काट अंधुर के बंधन स्तर काट अंधुर के बंधन स्तर महाजननी ज्योतिर्मय निर्झर कलुष भेद तम हर प्रकाश भर कलुष भेद तम हर प्रकाश भर जगमग जग कर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे नव गति नव लय ताल छंद नव नव गति नव लय ताल छंद नव नवल वंद्र नव जलद मंद्र नव 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 नभ के नव विहग वृंद को नव नभ के नव विहग वृंद को नव पर नर स्वर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे वर दे।
Thank you, sir. I'm sure audiences have quite a few questions regarding the lecture, and I now open the floor for the question and answer session. I would like to invite Mr. Satish Khote, Vice Chairman PCGT, to conduct the question.